Paltrocast.
Good morning, Darren. I guess
Hey,
it's still morning. Yeah, it's kind of, no, it's the afternoon already.
Yeah, I'll go with whatever time period you want to go with. But
I'm in New
aside
York.
from the time zones and the weather, good day for you so far?
Yeah, I'm in New York. It looks like it's going to rain out there pretty soon.
It does. I'm on Long Island in Long Beach. Looks like it's going to rain. Then again, it always looks like it's going to rain. So thank you for taking the time. You know, you are very unique from other directors I speak with. And that's because of the professions you've had, the success you've had outside of filmmaking, etc. So before I delve into that and your Jersey roots, because my wife is from Jersey as well, did you know that you wanted to direct Jules from the get-go?
Yeah, I did. A few years ago, Darren, I made the shift from producing to directing. And so when I read screenplays now, it's as a director with director's eyes. And when I read it, it kind of it checked three boxes for me, Darren. And that the three boxes I always look for. One, is it about something meaningful that we can talk about when we leave the theater? Two, it's great if it's meaningful, but if it's not entertaining, it's not going to work. And so it has to be entertaining. And three, is it something that we haven't seen before? And when I read the screenplay and the apples and the alien and the cats, I said, no, we're not going to read another one of these.
Well, as a filmmaker appreciator, I look for that stuff, but I also go, hey, how's the cast? How's the production team behind it? And see Andy Daly working on it, Debbie Liebling, you know, just some heavy hitters right there besides the cast. Who was the first star of the cast that came on board when you were putting it together?
Thank you by the way, for acknowledging Andy and Debbie, because they developed the screenplay with the writer, Gavin. The first, we sent it out to the lead, which was Sir Ben Kingsley. He was my first choice, and he said yes within 5 days, which is a testimony really to how good the script was and how unique. And all of the major actors said yes immediately. And so we were quite fortunate. And as a director, that makes your job so much easier. The way I put it, directors get way too much credit. You have, 100 odd people, 100 people working alongside of you. You have this great cast. It makes the job very easy.
And you also, the compliments keep coming. You had to do all this in the midst of COVID. If my research is correct, you started filming around September 2021. So of course, post-production also happened in the midst of COVID. So there's a lot of uncharted territory in terms of how to make a film with top-notch people while things were still a bit limited.
Yeah, we actually had to push the movie about a year because of COVID. And then even when we started, we were wearing face masks and shields. And you get in the middle of it, Darren, when you're doing a movie, and I would run up to talk to an actor and I'd forget everything. I'd be carrying the mask in one hand and the shield in the other hand. And then all the protocol people would yell, "Put your mask, shield, right? Go put it on." So it was something we just learned to live with.
And some people call Jules a sci-fi comedy. Are you okay with that classification?
What's the old saying? I don't care what they call me as long as they call me. I don't care what people call it. It is that. It's a combination of a number of things. It's science fiction, it's comedy. There's a real emotional component to it. It's a buddy movie. It's a combination of all those things, which makes it really unique. And it's about something really emotional about a man who's starting to age, and yet it's not melancholic. So that's a rare bird when you have all those elements.
So it's a new film to us, the everyday people. It's an old film to you. Now, normally in my junkets, I go, so tell me what you're working on next. And nowadays you find out you're not allowed to say that for union political correctness and all that. But do you actually have other things in the pipeline? Like, this is not Marc's final project ever?
No, I've got a couple that are in the pipeline that I hope as soon as we get the strike settled, we'll be able to jump in with both feet and excited about. But yeah, we can't talk about it yet.
Awesome. Well, hey, the Jersey roots kind of thing. My wife's family, they're from Wall Township and Belmar and Jackson. You're a Lakewood guy. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, that's where I was born, and my mother's family's from down there, and then we moved up. My dad's family's from Perth Amboy, Central Jersey, and Woodbridge. So yeah, so then we moved up to Woodbridge, Perth Amboy first, and then to Woodbridge. But Lakewood's where I was born.
Is Perth Amboy the one that has that abandoned movie theater that you see from the highway?
I don't know. I haven't been there recently, but when I was growing up, there was a lot of oil refineries.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm talking about the right area, which is close to the John Bon Jovi rest stop and the Judy Blume rest stop. Are you petitioning for a rest stop named after you at the moment?
No, I'm happy just making my movies, but thank you very much.
And do I also have it correct that you went to law school, that you passed the bar and all that before your success in filmmaking?
Yeah, I tricked them.
So what was it exactly that made you go, okay, I understand the money part of it because you've had so much success as a producer. You are obviously smart enough, my words, to know how to finance, but also pass the bar and do the attorney kind of thing. What was your gateway to go, I'm a creative person. I can't just forget this whole thing and I got to do the creative thing.
Yeah, I think it's always inside of you, right? We always, you talk about your own creativity. It's in you, right? It's something that we come in with. And I think it was always there. And it just took me a long time to get around to really being able to explore it.
Got it. So do you these days identify as a New Yorker? Do you just pull out the Jersey card when you want to get into stuff, in Jersey?
No, I don't actually pull out either of those cards. I lived in New York for a number of years, but most of my time is now spent in Washington State, just below Canada.
Wow. Okay. Is that because of the advent of grunge music?
No, it actually goes back. It was just, I love that part of the country. And although the founder of one of those, of the big record company lives up on the same place I do, in the little island up there in the Puget.
Pop Records, that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
He lives up there as well.
Doing well, that Mark. Well, two quick questions and then I'll let you go. And the first one is, when you're not busy with all these jobs and job titles, where does your free time usually go?
I think it goes mostly to my family. I like most of us, we want to spend time with our family. I think above all else, that's number one. Mm-hmm. And some of the family is in different parts of the world, at least parts of the country. So that's number one. And for pleasure, I'm a basketball guy, so I still love basketball. But those are a couple of things, and I love reading.
It's a shame the Supersonics are gone from your home area.
You're the second person to say that to me. I can't believe anybody remembers that.
Oh, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. The Sonics were a hell of a team back in the day.
You're right. I met a guy yesterday who was talking about Gary Payton. Small world.
There you go. And the last question, besides Jules, do you have a recommendation for TV and film for the wife and I? Because every time we watch a show, we kill it in 4 days and we go, what's next? So I asked the directors and the really smart creative people what they like, because directors either like the dumbest stuff ever. In other words, you're either going to tell me to watch Love UK, or you're probably going to hit me to a documentary I'm not aware of.
No, I wish I could. I watch a lot of things, but mostly what I've been watching lately are things that are older and that will have some reference for what I'm going to be working on next. I'm pretty boring that way. So I was thinking about, I'll just give you an example. I'm thinking in this next movie, I'm thinking a lot about scenes that occur in pubs. And so I ended up watching a documentary called The Irish Pubs. I can't say that it would interest anybody but me, but I found it fascinating.
You'd be surprised. The thing that came up on my YouTube feed a week or two ago was about people who drink in the morning in New York City bars, this early 2000s thing. And I braved about 40 minutes of it. And half of you's going, these people have problems. And the other half goes, yeah, why can't you drink in the daytime in a bar in New York
Well,
City?
that's funny. That's a great way to end it. Hey, Darren, if you are interested in that, it's actually a pretty good documentary. I think it's called The Irish Pub.
I'll look it up, Mark. Well, thank you for the years of great art. Looking forward to what's coming next year when the time is right, and just keep up all the greatness out there.
Thanks, Darren. Hey, spread the word. These independent movies, we need word of mouth.
Great cast, great director. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Darren.
Paltrocast.